Hey, so look, we got Monique saying that she been knew her time wasn't gonna come with the pay. Over a decade ago, she was having conversations with Taraji about the whole thing, and Taraji didn't want to listen and telling her like, yo, you just gotta keep working, keep hustling. Your time gonna come. But now Taraji out here saying that she ain't get the money that she deserved and things of that nature. We need to figure out, when did it click? Like, when did y'all know, like, oh yeah, I'm not getting what I deserve? Because it sounds very wild.
I think there's a few reasons why. Number one, it was the messenger. I should just be grateful I got invited to the party. You a big, fat, black woman. How dare you be the one? And then on top of that, you're saying names. You're saying Oprah's name out loud. You're saying Tyler's name out loud. You're saying Lee's name out loud. You're saying Lionsgate out loud. That's not what we do. We say they. We say the people. We say the studio. We say the producers. How dare you actually say our heroes' names?
You're very specific.
Facts.
These are our heroes. How could you say their names out loud? Because they're the ones that did it. And if I don't...
Oh, facts. Because Taraji didn't put a name on it. Taraji didn't put a name on it. She didn't say that this person and that person did her wrong. She just said they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. And it makes sense from that. Because they could be anybody. Like when Khaled was like, they don't want to see me win. They don't want to. And it was just like, who was they? But it worked because they don't want to see it.
Say it out loud. Now you see a woman that is swallowing that pain, that is so stressed out. Then you see our sister Taraji P. Henson sit on that platform. And I love that baby because she's a beautiful spirit. But to see her that broken, what our community was saying was, we have a hard time, some of us, we have a hard time seeing a strong black woman with her back straight and a chin up and a strong black man standing by her side. We have a hard time accepting that. But we can accept seeing a black woman broken. Now it's really serious because she's falling apart. Our community had a hard time with those two things.
Okay.
And when I would hear people say, why is her husband there? Why is he there? It's a sad day when we're questioning why a black man would stand with his wife. Woman. So when you hear black women saying we're the most undervalued, disrespected, underserved, mistreated, violated, exploited, we get all of that. Then you see a black man standing with his black woman saying, not on my watch. And you hear some black men saying, why her husband gotta be there?
I remember that.
We're in a sad state of affairs.
Y'all was really asking.
We begin to question black love and black unity. So they didn't want to hear me, some of them, because of what I look like, because I spoke about their heroes, and because they saw that man standing right there strong.
Did they question the validity? Because we had never seen this before. Not so public, not so present.
Yes.
Did they question you and his relationship?
Me and my husband?
Yes.
When you say question, what
do you mean? Like,
because they did, but I want to understand what.
Because, okay, did they think that was your husband, or what was he, your manager? Because he's been everything. Yes. He's your lover. He's your manager.
Name
he's your confidant.
Name him.
He's the father.
Come on, name him.
Whatever he's all encompassing.
Yes.
He's a toolbox with all the tools that Monique needs.
All of them.
And so when I heard people saying that, why is he there? Why does he have to be in every interview? Why does he have to be in the background? Why can't Monique do that?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? And that's when you see, and these are my sisters, but when you see Taraji, when you see Viola, when you see our sisters speaking out, you never see their representation sitting right there with them. You never see them saying, listen, we got to fight together.
Right.
My husband is also my manager, which is my representation.
Right.
But again, we've been so beat down that some of...
Facts. when Taraji came out and said whatever she said about her pay, who's her managers? Who's her people? Because why they wasn't on her side? Like, yeah, my client this, my client that. Why was they playing the back? It's very interesting.
Have a problem with this black man saying, I'm standing right here strong, and I will not flinch and I will not budge. What a sad state of affairs we are now in, where you have people that look like you and I that would question why this man is standing there. That, for the life of me, is disheartening.
Okay.
When we heard Brother Malcolm say, we've been run amok, we've been hoodwinked, we're now doing it to ourselves. We're now doing it to ourselves. So when you said, Monique, it was different because we had never seen that before, you said their names. Let me say this, I'm not the first one.
Right.
I'm not the first one, but we get washed away in history so easily that we start thinking, oh, this is the first one, this is the first one.
Nah.
Her name is Claudette Colvin.
Okay.
And she's not the first one, but she was before Rosa Parks. But because Claudette Colvin did not fit the picture that they thought she should look
I heard
like,
about that.
she was dark skinned and she had coarse hair. And because the organization, I believe it was the NAACP, did not think she would be accepted by the white people, they had to get somebody that they said the white people could accept. We keep repeating the same thing because what I said is no different than what anyone else is saying. Not at all.
Right.
It was the messenger. And it was the way that I'm not putting my head down. I'm not
standing up
here. I'm not gonna say, I don't want to say their name because I might get in trouble. I'm gonna say all of it.
Right.
Because when you really think about that little girl coming behind you, what I don't ever want that baby to see is me broken. I don't want her to see me falling apart. And I understand it. I understand how it can happen, Shannon, when you may not have a foundation at home.
Right.
When you may not have that man at home or that woman at home, whomever, that support person saying you're not crazy.
Right.
I got you. Come on.
Hey, she's speaking some gems. She's speaking some truth. I mean, like, long as you got a support system behind you, and she had her support system backing her up, saying like, nah, I believe what you're saying is right. I believe what you're saying is true. But I still want to know, when did it all connect? Like, when did it all connect? When did it all make sense? Like, yeah, I'm not getting paid the right amount of money. I'm not getting paid what I truly deserve. I feel like these people are trying to hold me back. When did it make sense for her? When did it connect? When did it make sense?
We're going to go through this. We're going to get through this. So for us, if we start taking things for what they are and get out of our emotions, we will be so far along.
Do you believe punishment? Punishment is not only meant for the perpetrator, but it's also to deter others from said acts.
You said.
Do you believe the punishment that was bestowed upon Monique was not only to punish you,
saw it,
but to deter others from saying what you said?
Well, Shannon, see, and I'm going to answer that. But sometimes we act like we don't know our history. See, back in the day, when they had us in chains, they would beat one real good.
Right. But in front of the others.
In front of the others, and they let everybody know what you don't want is that type of ass whooping.
Right.
So what they said was, we're going to beat Monique really good. We're going to sit her down.
And set her up.
And I made it public. Financially, my family took a hit, Shannon. And when I tell you we took a hit,
Right.
we took a hit. So when you see our sister go through that, you see her go through, and we act like our eyes didn't see what it saw when we watched that promotion happen with The Color Purple.
Right.
We wanted to act like we didn't see how Oprah Winfrey treated Taraji. In my humble opinion, when you saw her walk up, you saw that there was tension. You saw that there was something happening.
Right.
And then when you see Taraji write her a love letter, it's like, listen, we got to stand tall and stand strong on what we know. We know you were mistreated. We know it wasn't right. We know it was unfair. And then you turn around and say, oh, but Lady O handled it. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because that allows Lady O to keep on doing what she's doing, and we're in a position of
Yeah, because I was confused too when I seen it. I ain't read it, but I was confused. I just seen him like, because like the narrative was painted that she had a problem with Oprah, but then once you see this dropped, then it's just like, all right, so who was it? Because everyone in the behind the scene is saying it's Oprah, 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 Oprah. But then now it's not. Come on.
Ain't nothing because we saw how Monique got whooped. Now again, that's just my humble opinion. But I don't know I don't know how else to frame that. It's like, listen, you better fix that because you saw what they did to her.
Yeah.
You saw how they treated her.
Is it a situation, do you believe it's a situation that Oprah might have faced something similar that maybe wasn't as public as you? And she's looking at it, well, if I faced that, went through it, and came out on the other side and look at me, it should be okay. Because sometimes we get that with parents. You know, I struggle. You say my kids should have to struggle sometimes also. Do you think that might be something going on with her? Or you just like, there's a disconnect?
There's a disconnect.
Okay.
There's a disconnect, and there's...
Well, clearly it's a disconnect. Oprah's making all this dang money. It's already a disconnect with pay. You feel me? Or what? They say Oprah a billionaire? You feel me? Like, clearly, Oprah ain't lived in poverty in a cool minute. You feel me? Like, so that's already a disconnect. So she don't really care, like, long as she making her quota at the end of the day.
Disconnect for years. There's a disconnect. And I think what happens is we place people on these pedestals and we say, oh no, you can't do no wrong. We don't even want to hear it.
Right.
And when you hear Katt say, you know what they do? They don't say anything and they act like it didn't happen. I'm going to keep talking.
Okay.
Until you take accountability.
Right.
Until you say, Uncle, I've done this. That's why it was so important. From Oprah Winfrey to Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels. Now, Lee Daniels was the only one I had to deal with. Did you see Lee Daniels apologize? He walked out on that stage. Not only did he apologize on stage, that man apologized to our children. That man apologized to our children and said, I need to apologize for what I put y'all through. He's the only one I had to deal with. However, it became a problem with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry that I wouldn't do something and work for free. Now, when you say, well, maybe Oprah feels like she came through it, why can't you?
Right.
Well, there's a story with Oprah Winfrey when she was on the show, People Are Talking. Richard Sher was making $55,000. She was making $22,000. These are her words. It was her co-host. She said, I had to leave because they wasn't paying me fairly. Now you say Black woman.
That's not getting paid fairly, and then now you got amnesia. She forgot that she was like already in like a 30-some thousand deficit. She forgot. Oh, okay, Oprah. I don't got no beef though, but I'm just saying, I see how you moving. I'm seeing
nothing wrong, and you're in the midst of this situation because she called me, Tyler Perry called me, Lionsgate called. When you were on the phone with my husband, you said, I agree with Monique. I agree with the position she's taking.
But
when it came time to say it out loud, Oprah Winfrey went totally silent. Now, to Tyler Perry's credit, Tyler Perry called us up, right?
Okay.
And he said, I can see the pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you. But the conversation kept going on. Only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied. Only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong. And when my movie Boo come out, I'm going to say that, right? Now, here's where, when you did that interview with Katt, I could respect how you do it. Because Katt said, you let them people lie in your face. And your response was, Katt, I don't know if they're lying or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I can only take them at their word.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man saying? What did you hear that man saying?
He said it.
What did he say?
Shannon. Don't. He over here trying to tread lightly. I don't like that. He trying to tread lightly. He over here like, you ain't gonna get me canceled. Nah, you gotta be for the people. What did the audio say? What did the audio say, Shannon? Don't try to misconstrue it. Don't try to flip the words. Don't try to answer the question. No. What did it say? We need the answers. Did it say this? Did it say that? Did it say this? Did it say that? Is what she's saying is true? That's what we want to know. That's why you brung her on here. We got to get down to the bottom of the lies, right? It don't seem like he want to get down to the bottom of the lies. That's what I'm getting from it. It don't seem it. Hey, if you messing with the video, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that. Comment down below. Are you understanding Shannon's position, or he's just on that nonsense?